welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining us. If you are returning, you already know it. You are fabulous.
All right, y'all. So today's video is actually a collaboration with Corey over at Crafted by Corey. We're doing Dollar Tree dupes. Too fun. This was such a fun collaboration, guys. I'll have a link in the description box for her video, but we'll talk a little bit more about her and her channel in the video. Welcome everybody. Okay, I cannot wait to get into these dupes. So let's get started. DIY number 1. This is a lantern that I found on the Kirkland's website. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous, number 1, but I knew that we could redo this because it was $49.99 and we're going to do it for about $5. Maybe about $3. So I've got 2 pictures from the Dollar Tree, a vase from the Dollar Tree. Now the only ones that I could find were the ones with this black on there, so we're going to make it work. But I've got a painter's stick and also some dowel rods that I picked up at Walmart for like 37 cents a piece. And I actually end up only using 2 of those. So we saved money there. Now I'm using some Starbond wood stick glue sticks. Now I found these on Amazon, so I'll have a link in the description box for y'all. All right, now the first thing I did was go through and just take out all the tabs, take the backs off of these pictures. I just needed the frame and then also that circle part that was in the picture. I've got my miter shears. Now I get these on Amazon. They cut dowel rods and stuff like that super great. They're a little hard to grip, I'll be totally honest with you, but they do work great on dowel rods and stuff like that, so they were perfect for this project. Now, I'll have a link in the description box for those also. So, I just held my dowel rod up, eyed it, and then cut it. I mean, I just literally, held it up there, kind of eyeballed where I wanted to cut it. I then used it to cut down the other ones. And see, once I cut that first one, it actually only left a little bit on the other end of the actual stick. So that's how I ended up getting away with only using 2 sticks. So that worked out perfectly. See there, it was just a very little, I should have just measured the stick and actually cut it in half. But whatever, it worked, okay? All right, now, I cut my paint stick to fit inside of that frame, just like that little strip was across the bottom of it. I've got a bigger dowel rod. Now, this is something that I wasn't planning on using. I was just going to use one of the smaller pieces, as you see there. But I was afraid that it wouldn't actually hold that candle vase up, or vase, So that's why I opted for the bigger one. Now look here, I got my miter shears stuck in this. Goofy me thought I was going to cut that with those shears. Well, that was not happening, first of all. But then I got my shears literally stuck in them. Anyways, I took it outside, cut it with my saw. It was all good. Everything was fine. It's just crafting. It'll all work out. All right, so then I bring it in and realize that I've apparently cut it uneven because it wouldn't stand up straight. So I had to sand it. I just took out my little file and sanded it down. Finally kind of got it like where it was, I knew it would sit up with the hot glue. It would be fine. Then I'm going to take those dowel rods. I added a little dab of hot glue right on the inside edge of that frame. Now I've got it flipped upside down. So that little lip where the backing would usually lay flat in there, that's where I put the hot glue. And then I just added the dowel rod right in that little lip. It was perfect. Do hold your dowel rods until the glue dries. That's one thing that I learned through this process. You need to sit there and hold them. See, we got this one going down. Oh my goodness. It was a hot mess, but I was being a little impatient. But anyways, so all I did was add my dowel rods to each corner of this. We're just gluing those in there with those wood glue sticks, or wood glue sticks. There you go. And those are from Starbond. I will make sure that link is in the description box because that's the only place that I could actually find those glue sticks, y'all. And look at this cutie little fan that I found. So I took the fan and actually was blowing it towards the glue so that the glue would dry faster. But I found that at the Dollar Tree, y'all. Too cute. You put 2 AA batteries in it. And then it actually blows a pretty good breeze too. All right. So I took the other frame, and because we are putting the dowel rods inside that lip, the top one is actually going to be sitting right side up. Does that make sense? I hope y'all can see what I'm doing here. When I start on the back too, you can actually see me glue it or add the glue to the dowel rod and then push it up in there. But super simple, y'all. This project was so stinking easy. And for this to be on Kirkland's website for $50, really? Whoa. Super, super easy. See, I just added the hot glue to the dowel rod, and then I'm just going to pop it right up in there. And as you can see, we're looking at the top of the picture frame now. So you can actually tell that like the bottom one is flipped up on the bottom so that we're inside that little lip, and then the top one, it's going to fit inside that lip. All right, now I took my paint stick. I've got my fatter little dowel rod and also the 2 rounds. I took those 2 round things and just glued them together. Now, these were not like MDF or anything. They were more like cardboard. So this is just a recreation of the Kirkland's one, you know what I'm saying? But I added my dowel rod right smack in the middle of that one. Made sure it was nice and flat. I actually took the vase, set it up on top of it, made sure that I had it, you know, pretty even. Everything was good. I'm going to add a little more glue and then pop that right down onto the paint stick, right in the middle of the paint stick. Making sure, once again, that everything is even and lined up and it's going to sit, you know, flat. Everything's going to work out. Then I'm going to take the paint stick, and actually glue it on the inside lip. See there, right in the very middle of this. And then that's going to hold our vase. I take it outside. I've got my 2x Ultra Cover matte black spray paint made by Rust-Oleum. And I just spray paint this entire thing. This was such a great project, like so fun to recreate. I love this. The dupe part of this collaboration was actually Miss Corey's idea, and I love it. I'm so glad that she thought of that, because this was a lot of fun. This was a challenge for me. I've never really done anything like this. So there you have it. I hope y'all like it. So before we go any further, I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about my friend Corey. She's got a channel called Crafted by Corey. She has got all kinds of DIYs on her channel, y'all. She's got gorgeous farmhouse stuff. She has got some awesome compilation videos, just lots of great content. She also does a thing called Coffee with Corey, and it's super neat. So y'all be sure and go check her out. I'll keep a link in the description box for her and also her video. All right, now this is dupe number 2. How pretty, y'all. Kirkland's website, $103. Are you kidding me? Anyways, so for this one, I have got one of these signs that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. I've also got some yard stakes that I got from the Dollar General store. A couple pieces there that were already cut down. I'd used in another DIY. I've also got a blessed cutout that came from the Hobby Lobby, and I believe it was about $1.50 because I got it on 50% off, so super affordable. And then I've also got a piece of foam board from the Dollar Tree. Now, the first thing I did was start by just taking off the front piece of this sign. It's actually going to be covered up, so it doesn't really matter, but I don't know. It just made me feel better to take it off. Maybe I'm just so used to doing that. I just did it. All right, now I flipped it over. We're going to use the back side of it. I've got my ivory chalk paint by Waverly, and that's what I paint the sign with. I'm then going to paint the blessed cutout with my elephant chalk paint by Waverly. And this was actually super relaxing. Like, I love to paint. I don't know about y'all, but I love to paint anything. I measured out my boards to see, you know, how to make my frame around my piece. I cut my boards. I'm then going to take my water bottle that I get off of Amazon, and I'm just going to soak these down. Now, the reason that I do this, and I do this a lot on my channel, but the reason that I do this is because I'm going to take my paint and use it as a stain. It is the, oh, looky there, y'all, my new paintbrush. I'm so proud of that paintbrush. It is a Waverly paintbrush for chalk paint. I got it at Walmart, y'all. Yes. Super nice paintbrush. Anyway, so we're painting on the elephant chalk paint, and then we're just going to wipe it right back off with a baby wipe. And we're more or less staining that piece. It turns out so pretty too. Like, it was perfect. But the reason that I just spray it down with the water and then do it is to not waste the paint. Look at that. It looks so great. All right, now all our pieces are ready. We're going to assemble this project. I'm just adding that wood glue, hot glue. I'm still using that. It was in my glue gun, so I just used that. I thought it would work out perfect. So I add that to the back of this board, making sure that I get around the edge real good. I, of course, put some in the middle, and I'm just going to flip it over and pop it right down onto the foam board. Hold that in place, let it dry. I'm then going to start to put my frame around it. So I'm just adding that wood glue straight to these pieces. Hold it right down to that. This turns out super cute. Now, it's not exactly the same. Like, the font is different, obviously, but it looks so similar to the original. But I just continued to add my glue and then add my yard stakes. So we're framing this out. Putting on the ends now. And I really like making, sorry about my hair, y'all, my bad. And it was totally a crafty bun day. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I know you do. Anyways, but I enjoy making the frames out of these stakes, y'all. And for $1 a piece, like, really? Yes, I'm down for it. I mean, it might be cheaper at Lowe's. I have no idea, but it's so convenient for me because I can get them at the Dollar General store. And obviously I'm there every day. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I just added my glue. Now, I did wait a little long on the blessed, and I ended up having to add a little bit more glue. But I just went right back over the top of where I had already put glue to reheat it, you know, and then added that, held that down in place, let that dry. All right, now I'm taking that elephant chalk paint and one of my new Arteza brushes that, might I add, are super nice. They just sent me these. I'm going to be doing a full Arteza video. Arteza, however you want to say it. They're still great products, okay? But anyways, I'm taking that brush and I'm just making some little squiggly lines with my paint so that it will, you know, resemble the original. So I just painted those on there. Super simple, y'all. Took my box cutter, cut it out, and boom, there you have it. All right, so this next one is absolutely stunning. I love this mirror, y'all. This was in the Kirkland's website for $99.99, so $100 for that mirror. Knew we could redo it with Dollar Tree. All right, now, I have got a mirror from the Dollar Tree. I'm holding a card over it because it just glares and you can see the camera and it's just a hot mess up underneath there. I've also got some round, half rounds from Amazon, and I'll have a link in the description box for those. They're like half beads. I've got my Starbond glue and the accelerator, and that's what I'm going to use to put these beads on. And y'all, they stick so well. This stuff works excellent. I've been using this for a couple months now, and I'm telling you, once you stick it, if you use that accelerator, see what you do is you put the accelerator on one side and then you put the glue on the other. So for instance, I put the accelerator on the frame itself and then put the glue on the back of the bead. and then just popped it down. And y'all, it sticks instantly. I'm telling you, it is like super stuck. So this is some really great glue. I'll have a link in the description box for it also, and a discount code. Now, I'm taking my Waverly chalk paint in the color Ivory, and I paint this entire frame, all the beads, in between the beads, like the entire shebang. I'm going to take a baby wipe, get a little bit of that elephant color chalk paint on my baby wipe, and then just wipe it on here, y'all. More or less, I'm like wiping it on and wiping it back off. This was so stinking simple, and this really, really turned out great. Oh my goodness, I love this piece. This is my favorite one of today. But like I said, I'm just taking that baby wipe, and I'm barely wiping that elephant chalk paint on there. So wiping it on, kind of wiping it back off. Once I was done, I let this dry. I put the mirror back in, and that was it. Look, y'all. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, y'all. You know I can't have a video without a final reveal, so here you go. I hope that y'all have enjoyed. All right, y'all, that is it for today. I hope that y'all have enjoyed this. I know that I absolutely had a blast doing these. I want to say a special thank you to Corey for doing this collaboration with me. This was fantastic. So much fun. Don't forget to check her out. I'll have a link in my description box for her channel and also her videos, so y'all be sure and go check her out. You won't be disappointed. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, y'all have a blessed day.